Good morning. We're at the Weatherly property. We're going to be completing a repairability test. We're going to be on the front slope, which is south. We have this wind damage shingle here. We'll do our repair test on that one and see how it affects all of the surrounding shingles. I've identified the damaged one with an X and then marked up all of the surrounding shingles. I'll give you an overview of all of those surrounding shingles, all of which could potentially be damaged during the repairability test. So I'll show you the results once we are finished. For my tools, I'll be using a putty knife, roof snake, flat bar, and a hammer. We'll get started with the putty knife. We'll use that to unseal shingle 7 and 8, the two top shingles there. Then we'll go and use the flat bar to unseal the rest of those. To see how those two different tools affect the shingles differently. Alright, now that we have all of those unsealed, we'll start removing these nails. Excuse me. Alright, we got all those nails and that old damaged shingle out. We'll slide this new shingle in. Get it all lined up nicely. Now we'll start getting some nails back in there, and we'll be using the roof snake for that. Alright, we're all complete with the repairability test. Show you guys the results here. Give you another overview of all of those surrounding shingles. And we'll take a closer look at these shingles right above here. You can see some stress fractures in these shingles just from being lifted throughout the repairability test in order to remove those nails and place some more back in. You can see a small stress fracture there. You can see it's being lifted, how that's creasing there, causing that stress fracture, causing the matting on the shingle to break. You can see this tooth on the shingle came unsealed partially. Notice some small effects all across this shingle here. Then we got stress fracture to this shingle. Like I said, the stress fractures is when that matting breaks, which damages the integrity of the shingle and also affects its water shedding capabilities. You can see stress fracture all across there, with the mat on those shingles being the main component for the water shedding capabilities. Those stress fractures are going to not allow these shingles to work as best at what they were designed to do, which is shed water. It's going to allow for more damage, going to leave these shingles more susceptible to damages with that broken matting, and in those areas there's also some granule loss as well, which is also going to leave the broken matting exposed to weathering and allow that to wear out even further. And we can see that this key here came unlaminated or delaminated during the repairability test. Then we can see a stress fracture all across that one as well. You can see a stress fracture along here. Looks like some minor stress fracturing there as well. And with those keys unsealing there, I'll just kind of explain how that happens. We can see here when we're lifting the shingle, we can see some tension on the key right there as it's being lifted. So sometimes those will unseal there and leave us with a key like this, and that'll also leave the shingle more susceptible to damages as well. It's not the key's not doing what it is designed to do, which is provide support for the whole shingle, so that is also going to be damaging the shingle there. And then we'll take a look at any mat transfer. I don't believe we had too much. You can see this key came partially unsealed as well. Looks like we have a minor stress fracture there too. Don't look like we're too bad on the mat transfer, but with all of those stress fractures and the teeth unsealing, We can see that these shingles were damaged, left in a worse condition than they previously were. And we can see shingle number 5, 6, 7, and 8 were all damaged with stress fractures. So we can see an additional 4 damaged shingles just from repairing one wind damaged shingle, leaving those shingles in a condition where they may have a potential leak, which is what we do not want. I do not believe that is indemnification. Completing repairs and having them all look like this. And we can see the wind damage on this roof is pretty widespread. We got it on all directions, all directional slopes. Got it all over the front here. So I don't think repairs are feasible. As we can see the results here, and this homeowner would be left with potential leak hazards all over their roof, and that would not be indemnification. So with that being said, I do not believe the roof is repairable. Real quick, I just want to point out as well, we can see a wind damage shingle down there. So I just want to point out, if repairs were to be done to this roof, we can see we'd have to repair this shingle here, most likely causing damage to the surrounding shingles above it, and ultimately bringing us into this valley here, where we can see the shingles on the front slope go underneath the shingles on this left slope. So when making repairs to the shingles on the front slope, these left slope shingles will have to be manipulated, most likely causing damage to those shingles as well, and having to make repairs up from there. So I just want to point that out, how all these different slopes may tie in as well. And also just want to say this should be the most accurate results as to whether or not the roof is repairable, as we're doing all the same motions, manipulating the shingles the same way you would for an actual repair. So this is what a repair is going to look like with stress fractures to those surrounding shingles. So I do not think the roof is repairable. I'll go ahead and chalk up all those damages and get some better pictures of those. Thank you for your time.